Okay. Okay. Happy Sunday to you. Happy Sunday to you. What up, boat? How you doing? Wait, wait. So you were on the stream already? Does it just pop on automatically? How does that work? Also, still stoked for that video. Good to hear, good to hear. I have a Twitch tab open on a second monitor. Oh, that's fun. Stressful couple days, guys. I don't know if you've seen the news. Wildfires are taking over British Columbia, and it's a state of emergency for the entire province. We're so far lucky. It's kind of not heading towards us. We're actually like we're surrounded by two massive fires right now. But luckily the wind seems to be going in the opposite direction of us. yeah, province of emergency. I do have family and friends that were evacuated though in different parts of the Okanagan, so it is hitting very close to home. And so we spent yesterday. I actually was home all day, and we were gonna. I was thinking about streaming yesterday, but then all this news happened in the morning, and then so we just spent the day just like cleaning up the property, making sure there's as little flammable stuff around the house as possible, in the event that we do have to evacuate and we won't be here. So we're just trying to do our best to prepare for that. So far so good though, and it seems like the town of Summerland, British Columbia, right in between Penticton and Kelowna, got absolutely rocked out of nowhere. The fire was detected at 5 p.m. and it was, relatively small at that point. The Bald Range fire, that's correct. And within 3 hours, it was like 10,000 hectares, and the 12,000 residents of Summerland had to be evicted in the middle of the night because it expanded so fast out of nowhere. Literally, the hours before the evacuation, people were like, oh, that looks like rain clouds. Maybe we're going to get some rain. Nobody knew it was a fire. Yeah, 25,000 acres. So it's still going. I have family in Summerland, and it seems like luckily most of Summerland still stands. It didn't really get into the town much. Unfortunately, there were towns, much smaller little mini towns in the woods that got absolutely decimated. I think Falder is probably the one. And to be honest, I never heard of Falder. I didn't even know Falder existed. But that town is gone. Now where I live, I'm surrounded by open fields and farms and stuff like that, so I'm not like super worried. Like you've seen the field behind us, and in front of us is an even bigger field. It's more of like a hilly field, and like all the trees that surround us, it's just a small little patch that's basically our property and like a couple of the neighbors. So we're we're in kind of a safer area. And like Summerland, for example, that the fire like approached them at a sprint. It was running towards them, and then as soon as it basically hit the edge of the tree line, they could manage it. So that kind of does give me some hope for our area and our town. But yeah, we're all really stressed out right now and really worried, and taking the precautions necessary. We've got animals, obviously, so that makes things way more difficult. But we've got sort of a plan, if need be, where we can basically take the goats with us, take all our pets with us, and essentially just like open the doors to the chickens, let the chickens kind of free range if it comes to that, just so they're not trapped, obviously. And the chickens always come home anyways, so how crazy would it be if all of this work on this gondola and just a fire came through and just destroyed it? That would be, I mean, that's the least of my concerns, but obviously that's the thing that sacrifice a few chikes. Yeah, maybe the fire gods just want like a little bit of fried chicken. But I kind of, we're limited by what we can do, because I don't, we have like some tall grass that I would love to get rid of, but I'm also scared about like starting up the mower right now, because if I hit a rock and it sparks, like that's a whole thing. So, and like they've told people no more quadding or anything like that. I was on the excavator a little bit today trying to just clear some of the bush, some of the wild bush that's by the chicken coop, but pretty much as soon as I started, it was super hot out and really dusty, and I was like, I don't know, this doesn't feel right. So we're kind of in a bit of a wait and see situation. Yeah, and that's what I was kind of trying to do, and then I was like, is this like our area's kind of a big fire break anyways, and am I risking, because it's like it's all rocks here, and like I have scrap metal everywhere too, so it's the potential for sparks is pretty high. So I decided it probably wasn't worth that risk. And luckily there's nothing around the house. The house is like clear, and the house is all metal. We have a metal sided house with a metal roof. Everything's metal. So I feel pretty good about the house. The cottage is mostly brick, but there's half of it that's made out of wood, and it's not metal, and the roof is not metal. But I'm not worried. Like, I don't care. If as long as the house is good, that's all that matters. It's definitely making me think of future projects. It's definitely making me think of like installing a ginormous turret on the top of the roof, the roofs of all the buildings on the property, and like having some like radio control that if I get evacuated, I could still defend my house from a distance. You know, giant water tank, solar pumps, and everything like that. Oh my god, I'm so jealous. I want clay. And then it's also made me think, like, when Steph and I eventually get our own place, I want to build... I've always wanted to build a house. That's like my ultimate dream. Being in a position where I can actually build a house. So just getting some land, building a house, and I want to build a rammed earth house. If you haven't seen a rammed earth house, look that up. It's the coolest thing. And there's actually a builder in BC. I walk 50 feet, I stumble over a piece of real flint. Really? Texas has a lot of flint. Look up a rammed earth house. They're 100% fireproof because they're just made of dirt. It's basically a concrete building, but it's a lot nicer than concrete, a lot more eco-friendly. And there's a builder in BC that claims he can build houses out of rammed earth for the same price per square footage as traditional stick framing. And so... so a rammed earth house with a metal roof would be nice, and then just like, you know, I've just been thinking about this the last couple days. That's what I've been thinking about. Every time I'm stressed, I think about what I can build. And obviously that's like way down the line. Nothing I can even fathom affording at this point, but hopefully one day. Because I love this area. I love this area so much, and it's just such a shame. It really does not seem like there's anywhere that's actually like safe. I do think the forestry department has really dropped the ball lately. That's what I hear from all the locals that have been here for like ever. You know, it'd be nice to feel a little bit safer, but I'm also I would be happy to take that into my own hands at some point and just make sure our house is like super, super fireproof. I want clay. I mean, it's nice for farming, but the trade-off is there's nothing interesting on the terrain. There are no hills of more than 50 meters with like 70 kilometers of here, and there's zero mountains. Yeah, that's true. And like, you need clay to make a rammed earth house. You got to keep in mind, though, that about any type of land there is, Texas has somewhere. It's a huge state. Yeah. Well, we do have that clay. Yeah. I did a clay test because my buddy Anton and I were going to we wanted to build a rammed earth sauna. Because it's really easy to make rammed earth structures, apparently. But you need clay. You need some clay. It's not all clay, but you need some clay. And I have, like, we did soil tests throughout. We grabbed a bunch of soil from different areas on the property, and we've none. There are areas here, though, that have a ton of clay. It's just our property happens to have none. Anyways, I wanted to get some work done on this. Take my mind off things. You've thought about rammed earth a lot? That's crazy. I think it looks so good too. Like, that's the other thing. I personally like a concrete building. I think a concrete building looks really nice too, but my wife doesn't really like it and that's fair. It's like pretty dead looking. It's not the most homey. But the rammed earth looks nice. It looks, you know, there's character to it that's really nice, and it's cheaper than concrete. It's better for you than concrete for like 5 to 10 years. It's so freaking hot down here, and the thermal mass. Yes. Well, even in this building, that's just like this. These are just empty cinder blocks. These cinder blocks aren't even full of stuff, and this building stays relatively cool compared to the outside because of this thermal mass. Like, the walls are cold if you touch them, despite being 35 degrees out right now. Was the hut, and it was like a clay hut? Yeah, the used tire things is good, and we actually, like, the used tire thing works really well for us here, where you have no clay, because you don't need clay if you're going to ram it into tires. And we've built retaining walls and stuff with tires. Doesn't look as nice as just the plain rammed earth wall with all the waves in it and stuff. Like, the rammed earth wall ends up looking like just a granite building, which is so cool. Mix of clay and a lean-to structure. Nice! That's so fun. So, anyways, I'm not going to spend too long on stream today because, well, we'll see. But I kind of just want to chill. I haven't slept very well, and I've just been kind of stressed out the last couple days. So I do want to relax a little bit. This kind of helps me relax to an extent. So this is kind of the start, and then we'll see. So it was clay lined, sort of. You could paint the tires or stucco over them. Yeah, totally. How is large? Oh, large cat's good. We were sitting outside with him yesterday. We have a catio, and we were sitting outside with him yesterday, and his appetite's been pretty bad since he got back from the vet, but it's been getting better. And then yesterday we were just sitting outside, and his ears perked up, and we're like, "What do you hear, buddy?" And all of a sudden he goes running, and he catches a mouse and eats it. And it was inside the house. He caught a mouse inside the house. Now, I don't know how he heard this, because it was deep inside the house. He somehow heard it, ran inside, grabbed it. We had actually seen the mouse wasn't in the house originally. One of our other cats brought it in like a little dummy. We have this one orange cat that is the worst hunter of all time. And he catches the mice, but he doesn't like to kill them, I guess. He's like me. He'd build a gondola if he could, if he had thumbs. But he just brought it inside and released it, and it went under our stairs, and so we cleared the area, couldn't find it, and we're like, okay, one of our cats is gonna get it. And sure enough, aw, tree branches, that's adorable. I actually love that. So we're gonna do a little bit of work on this. The other thing I have to do is I have to build an enclosure for all of this. And this is actually something I was thinking we could cut the acrylic top panel. We could cut a top panel for the enclosure that has the mounting holes for all of these little doohickeys. We could cut that out of the black acrylic. The only problem is I wanted to label it, but maybe I can engrave the black acrylic and then just do some like white paint in the lines. I don't know. I think that would be really nice though, just having a nice black panel with all the labels and everything, and it would be acrylic, not 3D printed. The box would be 3D printed, but so we might design that today. We'll see. But I just want to finish up this wiring. The smoke's bad. We're at a 10 today. We were in a different town today, dropping off our guest, and the smoke there was unbelievably bad. I don't even know how to explain it. I've never seen it like that before. Oh my god! Did he do the thing where he gets stuck in the door and then has to figure out how to grab one side and then eventually figure out how to pull it in? Yes, hydration is the name of the game right now. In this with this dryness. Went to Merit today. can't get to Kelowna in the highway to Kelowna is blocked. Yeah. I mean, the Kelowna and Penticton and Summerland, they all share that one lake, and it's like absolutely gorgeous. You can't see it today. It's gone. I love going to Kelowna. It's got everything. Kelowna's where I go when I actually need stuff that I can't get. Highway to Kelowna's blocked. Yeah. That's due to the Summerland and Peachland fire. Okay. So, I want to add this fuse. And I just need to double check. I think I want to put it on the positive side, but I don't know. So I'm just going to double check this first. I'm adding a fuse to my I don't know, never saw him bring them in, just saw when I would get home and he had a giant stick. That's so cute. I love cats that do dog things. And I love dogs that do cat things. Okay, right, so we're gonna splice this in. Oh, you know what? This is actually great. So, we've got power supply. Let me move this boy out of the way. We've got power supply, and we've got our motor controller. And I have this fuse box thing. So it just takes a blade fuse like you have in a car. 20 amps. And I was going to splice it into the wire, but this is as long as these wires are. So I'm just going to remove the white wire, which is the positive voltage wire. I'm just going to remove it and replace it directly with this. It's nice and easy. I'm just going to tin it, strip it and tin it. Oh, no way. That's awesome. Aaron streamed the other day naming sound string instruments make. It was so great to have company. It took me a minute to read usernames and see 2 people in the chat. Nice. Who else was on the chat? Ooh, that's exciting. Real Ray Sam. Your stream's taken off. I don't know. Imaginary Ray Sam seems pretty cool to me. Okay, so I know, and I was like, should I be concerned about like this sparking at all? But we're indoors, folks. I'm feeling dangerous today. Just kidding. Definitely not. Just feeling super cautious. I've never once started a fire with a soldering iron, though, so. Probably won't laser anything today. Actually, definitely won't. Ow. Actually, that reminds me, I gotta go put the canopy on my truck, because that's the last thing I gotta do. But it's too hot right now. I was gonna do that later when it's cooler. Because if we do need to evacuate, that's where I'm putting the goats. Does it matter which direction this goes? I don't think it does. I'll double check with old Jim. Double check with little Jim. Well, there's only 2 of them, and they're like dog-sized, so it's not that crazy. Obviously, I can't take 35 chickens. There are 2 chickens that we would take. We've already... My wife's already gone in there and told those specific... She whispered it to those chickens. So they know. But they're the 2 chickens that are obsessed with her, so they're really easy to get. She just needs to literally walk in there, and they're right at her feet. And so she'll grab those 2. They can hang out with the goats in the back. And same with the cats. The cats would probably go in some sort of care. We have some bunch of animal carriers. So we're all ready for that. That's all that really matters. Everything else is expendable. I'd bring my computer and like my hard drive. That's basically it. It's what being an animal person's like. It's what being an animal person is like. No, it does not matter which way it goes. Okay, great. And my truck's got I have an 8-foot bed on my truck, so it's huge. So plenty of room to hold we're gonna have a bin for our belongings, our emergency bin bag. And then I shouldn't have tinned this. It doesn't fit now. Do me this favor and remind me your cat's names, only because I could go back and rewatch all the streams, but it takes bandwidth. That's right about the gondola. Okay, so we have Pascal, Hank, Binks, Theo, Pumpkin, Trevor, and Dusty. 7 of them. And it's funny because the house that we live in, it was abandoned for like quite a while before we bought it. And it was common knowledge in town that the lady that lived here was a crazy cat lady. And it's like the house called to us. This house belongs to crazy cat people. Okay, so I'm just going to turn this on just to make sure we're good. Oh, no speed. There we go. I think that's what my wife thinks of me too. Where did all the food go? Especially the blueberries. I will eat all the blueberries. Pascal is the Maine Coon. He's the Maine Coon. Okay, this works. Happy about that. Happy about that. Now, okay, great. Now I'm going to install the micro switch that will allow the gondola to stop themselves. How do I wire the micro switch to the existing momentary button? The micro switch needs to be on a wire that's at least 6 to 10 feet long. Named after this, I would say actually named after the unit of. He's named after the unit. I forgot what the unit is though. Is it spice? Pressure and stress. Why did I think it was spice? Pressure and stress, which makes sense actually. That's actually hilarious for him. I never even made that connection until just now. Run one wire, the COM terminal of the micro switch, and run normally closed. The control signal passes through the closed micro switch. Oh yeah, Scoville. Actually, and that's a good cat name too. Scoville. I should name. I'm gonna. See, here's the thing. I would now I'm thinking all future pets I want to name them after units of things. Um, for literally no reason other than like I like when animals have like a group of animals have a themed name. So Scoville is a good name for a cat as well. I feel like my wife would like that name as well, but if she knew that the reasoning was that nerdy, she probably wouldn't like it. Or maybe she would. So I don't know if it's worth trying to sell her on the idea of the grouping or just like, what's another good unit? Watt. Let's name this one Watt. What? Okay. So now I'm going to strip back the the heat shrink on this button here. So I'm trying to determine if this button is normally open or normally closed. Holy Maxi King and Daijiko. Oh, Newton. Oh, Newton would be great. Newton's such a good name. Block. Block. Centimeter? Foot? Okay, and then we go like this. Bupe. And bupe. Nothing. And then when I go like this. Okay, it's normally open. Because there's no continuity, so we're getting a 1. As soon as I press it, it goes to 0. Which means we have continuity at that point. So, it is normally open. Oh, Miles! Oh my god, Miles! The button is normally open. Shouldn't the micro switch be normally open as well? That way the gondola triggers the button and closes the circuit and stops. And toggles the on off of the driver. Miles is great. I actually think, now that we're talking about this, units Units is a great naming platform. Because they're mostly names already. Okay. So, now can I use... I have this... I think this is doorbell wire 20/2. Doorbell wire to wire up the micro switch 10 feet away. I gotta make sure this isn't gonna experience too much voltage drop. I don't think so. It's really low voltage, I'm assuming. And this is nice because it's already wrapped in like a pair. Yes, you can absolutely use the doorbell wire. Yeah. Yeah, we're fine. So, I'm gonna pull some of this off. I think actually... if I want 10 feet, I'm like 8 feet tall, so, but my arm span's only 5'6". Let's just do it longer than I need. Let's just do it a lot longer than I need. Just to be safe. Little liters per second per square meter per meter. Unit of air leakage through insulation. Oh, a girl? Decibel? Oh, Decibel for a girl? Just call her Belle, but her name's actually Decibel? Yeah. Definitely LLE. You know, you could change the spelling of it. That's fine. I'm allowing that. I think we might do this. I might rename all of my current animals. The only chicken I ever named, because actually most of them do have names, but I never address them by their names. In fact, it's like too hard. Yeah. Hertz would be good. But I did name one chicken, and I named her Buckets. And I love buckets. Oh, oh. I somehow killed this wire. Okay, and then we'll go normally open on this, right? Com, normally open. Got little mini pliers here somewhere. Thought I did. Yeah. So what's the plan for this video? Like what is the video like for the opossum cinematic sequence and stuff? Hi, Dust. Okay, so now, theoretically, with this micro switch hooked up, so at this point, we're on. This button should still work. Nice. That turns it off. That turns it back on, and then this should also turn it off. Nice! Oh, it's definitely just mostly me singing onto webcam surrounded by pictures. That's what I was hoping there was going to be some opossum in it. This works. So on the control board will be the potentiometer to control the speed, the toggle button, the go button, the green go button, and the direction switch, which will mostly be in the one direction. the whole time. And then you hang up your little thingies. I'm assuming I would have this turned down so that when you start this, yeah, so now it's started, and then you turn up the speed. The gondolas start moving, and then you ramp it up. Well, it'll ramp up. It's going full speed. It comes all the way around. And then when the gondola comes back around, up to the top, hits the switch, and stops everything on its own. Ideally, I'd have liked to find possum sounds and tune them to the instrumental solo, but they don't make very many sounds, and the videos I've found of them making loud sounds don't really show the opossums close up. Oh, that's funny. So the wiring's done. So we just need to design a box for this all to go in, and then we have to make the box. And then we mount this. Just got to change the frame. And everything's done. That's so nice. That's so nice. And this cable's real long, so zero concerns with getting this in the right position. This is all done. I can basically get this off of the desk, or I guess I'll just move this whole desk out of the way. And that's it. So, trying to decide if I want to actually work on designing the box right now, or if I want to just call it, because I mean, I'm having fun. I'm having fun. Okay, there's our whole motor. Oh, God. Remember when I said I've never started a fire with a soldering iron? Here I go messing stuff up again. I melted through something. What is this? What is this wire? Not important. Good. But I got water all over the ground now. Sponge. Okay. Okay. Ow. Let's see if I can even... I have to determine if I can even engrave black acrylic. The motor in its current mount is somehow quite visually satisfying. In other news, every time you say back around, I think about the Half Alive song Back Around, don't play on stream and get copyright struck. Trying to decide if I want to design or call it. Is doing the stream helping you not feel twisted up inside? If so, we like you. It's good to see your face, but if there's something else to do that would help more, I'll be around. Well, I really appreciate that. No, I think I've done as much as I can right now. I feel like I could do a little bit of designing here. I think it won't. We'll be back around. I just want to see quickly engraving black acrylic with diode laser. I want to see what engraving actually looks like, because it looks like... Does it go black? No. That's not a diode laser. Not an IR laser. Diode laser. Ooh! Ooh! Okay, so I was like, oh man, if I engrave this... Hold on, let me show you. If I engrave this... Oops. What am I doing? I was like, if I engrave this, I'm going to have to do... Because it's just an emboss, basically. I'm going to have to do something. But look. Black acrylic engraves with white. This is on a diode laser, so... Let's do that. That's awesome. That'll be so nice. Okay, wait, which song? Back. Let me listen here. Can you hear that? Am I gonna get yanked? Is my stream gonna get yanked? No. Ooh. I've never heard this, but I like it. I like it a lot. My mic's being strange. Is my mic being strange? I'm gonna try to switch. I'm gonna use this now. That background song's good. Wait, what? God, I need to move stuff out of here. This is getting out of control. Okay, so we're gonna go do some of this. We're gonna build a control board. Let's do a new design. I'm gonna save this as gondola control board. Okay. Oh wait, what am I? No. Actually, I hate this. I hate this. I want to do a hybrid design. I hate assembly design. So much better. Let me name the same thing. Weird. Okay. So basically, all I'm thinking is it's going to be an acrylic thing. I want to make it probably like 10 inches, but 10 inches square. Maybe it doesn't need to be 10. Oh wait, I guess, okay. So it's going to house all of this, including the power supply. Oh. Right? Yeah, that seems smart. So that's kind of like my size constraint. How big is this? $113 by 220 mils. Yeah, so 130. So if I did this at 150 mils, okay, so like that. This is as big as it needs to be. It's a little bigger than it needs to be. Man, I should probably actually measure this though. Where's my ruler? Or a measuring tape? Dusty. Where is it, Dusty? Oh, there's my ruler. Okay, so it's 22 centimeters by 11.5 centimeters. Yeah, so 22 centimeters, 11.5 centimeters. So, actually, let's finish this sketch. Okay, I'm going to start all of this over. This is actually going to be way easier. 22 centimeters, 11.5 centimeters by 22 centimeters. Technically, yeah. Technically, yeah. By 50 millimeters. Ottawa. Ottawa. So this is the power supply. I'm just going to quickly model out some of the crucial components I will need to mount this guy. So I need to know where the vent comes out. 37, 48. So it's 37. 37 by 48. And it's a 60 millimeter vent. And so I'm going to have, it's got this little fan that blows down. And so the bottom of the enclosure will have a vent that can blow down. And then this all comes in like 18 mils. And what, this is probably like 2 mils, I'm assuming. And then we can just pop this guy down most of the way like that. So this is oh, I guess I'll just extrude this -1 just so we can see it. So this is like the power supply basically. And we're going to mount it upside down inside the box. And the box is just going to be basically, I'm trying to figure out, because I got to fit all this stuff in there. I gotta fit a bunch of stuff in there. So let me create a new component. Oh wait, do I modify? Wait, where's new component? New component. Sure. So the new component is going to be called the motor controller. And I'm going to sketch just on the same plane. '95. '60. Okay, so this is the top of the controller. With a little 2 millimeter lip. And then the bulk of the motor controller is '88. 55, interesting. And it is 32 millimeters tall. Okay. 6. Okay, so 6 mils from the bottom of here. Wait. And I'm just going to do this by eye because this part doesn't matter. Okay, well, that's fine. And then I think it sticks out 16, so this is where the wires come out. That's fine, that's all good. That's all good. Motor controller, power supplies, red, obviously. And then we have buttons. So I think ultimately speaking, obviously this guy is going to be sitting kind of in the center of the board and probably like closer to the bottom of this whole thing. Okay, and then we have a potentiometer. And this just mounts with a 6.7 millimeter shaft. So I'll do 6.75, I guess. Okay, wait. Let's make the box now because basically this is the bulk of the thing. And then we're going to have, so we've got a potentiometer for speed, we have a direction switch, and then we have a start button. I feel like that's probably the right sort of, or maybe direction, then speed, then a start button. I don't think it matters. None of this matters. None of this matters. So as long as this stays under 12 inches, what's 12 inches here? Ooh, plenty. So if we do 10 inches, still plenty. We could do 9. We could do 9 inches. What's too small? 9.5 inches. Great. I like that. And then maybe just to keep, well, there's going to be lots of room for wiring and stuff too. But let's go, if we go 6 inches. Five inches. It's nice and small. And then we take this and we do just a 2 millimeter wall. And then we extrude down 2 millimeters. Yeah, that's true. It's actually good because I got to get in my Freddie Mercury zone. So I'm glad you brought that up. I'm glad you brought that up. I'm wondering if I should maybe move. Okay. Okay. I'm like way overthinking this right now. So I want to have a gasket on this. Because 3D printing matters. It's true. It really does. I want to have a gasket on this to weather seal it. I mean, do I really need that? Ooh, I could just print. Could I not just print the gasket right on it? That'd be kind of cool, right? So let's offset this another 2 millis. And then do circles here that are 4.8. And then maybe do 8mm circles, 9mm circles. Sure. Let's go with 9mm circles. Okay, so that will give us some place to screw things in and a bit of extra beef on the whole box. Gotta love that beef. Go right to the bottom with that. Okay. Right, this is starting to look like a real life enclosure. And then we'll add some fillies. Okay. And then what I was thinking is I could literally print, when I print this, print this in PLA, and then the last couple layers I print in TPU. And then, you know what I mean? I think that would be cool. But anyways, so then we go here. The old beef, it's what's for dinner commercials they used to air here in the US used one of the most fun string pieces to play. Hoedown by Aaron Copland. It became a meme for 90s violin kids. Really? That's fun. I don't think I've ever seen that commercial. Oop, that is not right. So that's the center. That's the center. And we want to find both. Why am I not finding that center? There we go. Boom. And then we come out past everything. Great. And now I can extrude. An eighth of an inch. Make that a new body. And since this is 4.8, if we bump this out 0.2, oh no, minus 0.2. Does that become our 5.2? Nice. I probably have seen it. I feel like we had a lot of the same shows. I just have a really bad memory when it, like, my wife is the complete opposite. Her memory for things like that is, we joke about it all the time. She's insane memory for stuff like that. And I'm like so bad. Okay, so that's that. So that's our box. I should have a way to mount this box. Ooh, okay, here's an option. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. How do I do this? Sheet metal, right? Sheet metal. Okay, so this body. Create components from bodies. Wait. New component. What do I do? What do I do? Okay, here's what we're going to do. Get rid of all that. Boom. Delete. So we have our sketch here. And then I'm going to go and project this. Project that. Okay. I'm going to go and 5.2 all of this. This is something I've never done on stream before. I don't think I've done this in like a while. I don't even remember the last time. Oh, I think the last time I used this was maybe in the cat litter sieve video. But we're going to do sheet metal design because, or sheet design. Finish. And then I'm going to, so we're on sheet metal. So I'm going to create a flange. And then I can click on these. Boom. That creates a sheet metal component. And what's our rule? Steel millimeter. Is that right? How big is this? It's probably 1/8 inch. It looks like it's 1/8 inch. 2 millimeters. Now it's got to be 3 millimeters. So I think if I go, yeah, here, rule, steel. So I could change this. I wish it would. Sheet metal rules in this design. Library. Steel. Let's edit it to 3 mils. Close. Is that 3 mils now? It doesn't look like it changed at all, does it? Nope. There we go. So now this is our acrylic thickness. Let's add a color to this box here. And let's add a color to this as well. Let's make this like that. So what's great about this is we can still treat this like a body. So I could still do my fillets. Wait, where's the... Right, that's correct. So I could still create a fillet here. That's nice. Side effects include nausea, vomiting, dry eyes, headaches, tingling, stroke, bleeding from the eyeballs, and death. Back to 1x speed. Also gone. Your ticket to freedom. Oh my god, tell me about it. So what's really cool about this is now I can go and create a flange again, and I can click this edge, and it lets me add a bendy guy. That's the wrong way. We're going to create a flange this way, and it adds the bend. This is actually, I need to push this out more. So let's, actually no, it's fine because we can create a flange here. We can go here and see how it adds the bend, but it puts it on the inside. So if we go outside, there we go. So now our hole's not ruined. And then we can get the angle. So if we do like a 20-degree angle, oh yeah, that's looking nice. That's looking nice. And then we can bump this out a bit. And this will allow us to mount. But maybe 20 is still too low. Maybe we need to go 10. Just like a slight angle. Because essentially I'm thinking of having a piece of wood that connects to this and then has this kind of mounted at an angle. 15 degrees. 15 looks good. Okay. And then I'll add a label on here, which will look so nice. But what's really cool about this is then once we have our steel body, I can create a flat pattern. And it creates this, shows me the bend line and everything. This is what I send to the laser. So makes more sense with the chat before. I love those old. I mean, I don't see those ads anymore. Ads like that, and I don't know why. Okay, actually, I'm thinking we move this down to this side, and this is now going to be the top. So this guy I've got to rotate. This guy I've got to rotate like meh. Nice. That way this is the top, and then I can go like this and extrude and cut through this. Cut. Oh yeah, look at that. It just misses the power supply. Oh yes. Yes. Yes, please. But now I need to fill in the box here. So if we go back to solid and we create a sketch here. I want to do a line from, let's say, here down to here. And I want that line to be, okay, well, we'll just do that. I want the line to be parallel, this line parallel to that line. And then I only want it to be 2 millis. Oh my god, it's more than... Oh my god, the power supply just fits, but like kinda almost doesn't. So I'm willing to lose that much of this wall so that this fits. And then we can extrude this to here. Okay. Yes, that looks quite cool. And then I'm going to fillet this whole edge, maybe. Is that going to be crazy? No, that works. We can go 1. Right, so now when I have screws in there, this whole thing will hang, like this face will kind of be at a slight angle like this. Nice display angle. Hello. We are building the control box that will house all the controls and electronics for the whole thing. And so I'm just kind of like making this up as we go. So this obviously is just going to be a post that goes to the ground, essentially. Make that a new body. So obviously this is going to be straight up and down, and this will be at a slight angle towards the operator. And then we're going to move this so that the panel sticks up. And this is the display for the speed. And then we're going to have direction, speed, on, I think. And then I need a nice little label on this mounting surface. Something fun. I'm thinking something fun, right? Text. The top surface of this is going to be black acrylic. So this is what we're going to use the printer to cut, the laser cutter and the printer to cut. Black acrylic will be fine outside indefinitely, and it'll look really sleek and nice. And when you engrave it, it does nice white letters. It engraves like a nice bright white on top of the black. So it's the perfect material for this, and the perfect sort of use case. I just don't know what I want. So imagine you're operating your little thing. What would it say on top of here to the operator? Because like the obvious thing would be, oops, Road and Tram Express. But I'm wondering if we could do something more fun. Whoa. I'm wondering if we could do something more fun. Exactly. And this display shows the speed from 0 to 100. So it's like real satisfying. What goes up must come down is pretty good. What goes Oops. What goes It can be what goes down must come up, because it's going the opposite direction. That's quite fun. I thought we had a better font. What was I using? This is a great placeholder. I'm not committed to this. I'm not going to do any lasering today. I'm just designing it today. And I might print the actual box part, but what is a letter ligature? It sounds like a music thing. It sounds like a music thing. Forgive me for not knowing what that is. It's where two or more letters in a font combine to form a slightly different shape. Where two or more letters in a font combine to form a slightly. What do you mean? I'm not sure I understand what that means. What that means. Okay. I didn't know there was a thing for that. I didn't know there was a thing for that. Why? What are you thinking? It's cool. I think it's cool. So I've got. I'm gonna have to have a. A box for a switch here. I think it's neat. I I didn't know about them. So 27 by 47 and a half. Weird. $27 by 47.5. Holes 40 millimeters apart. How big are those holes? Probably small, right? That's probably for number 3. Oh, I guess I could do these. Yeah, that'll work. 832. What did I do for 832? These guys were 832. 4 millimeters, okay. The ones where I lose its dot, where I loses its dot, makes me irrationally angry. Gosh, I bet you learn all sorts of random stuff when you start streaming regularly. Mostly from Aaron and Boat. Both of those guys have been teaching me a ton of stuff. I hope you guys are learning something from me. 16.5. Oh, I guess I need to go back at least like 30 mils. Ideally, would be ideally. Ooh, that's gonna be tight. $22 mils. Can I get away with that? Yikes, that'll be really tight. Yeah, that's a suitable description for him, I think. Feels very encyclopedia-y to me. Okay, so this is going to be real tight. If I did move it to the bottom, I have room. But then it's like potential arcing. So I'm just struggling right now because this is where my like power switch thing. It's kind of hard for me to move right now, but this thing is supposed to go. But with the wires attached on the bottom, it actually sticks out quite a bit. It sticks out about 30 mils. And right now, I have about 20 mils between here. Now, if it wasn't for the wires, it does fit. But the power supply is in the way. And I've already done so much work on this. Theoretically, I mean, it's not that much. Theoretically, I could just go back and make this whole thing a little bit bigger. Can I do that? How hard would that be? This is interesting to me because I'm creative, but the type that goes off vibes. I have an eye for decorating. I can paint. I'm full of ideas and have decent spatial reasoning, but I don't naturally think in 3D like this. Well, I think what's funny that you say that is like I feel like I'm a vibes designer. Um, I never had the proper training, and so a lot of this is vibes, and where am I going with that is but the spatial thing is something that I always think about. Like I'm constantly like before I had CAD, before I was doing stuff on the computer, I was doing all of this in my head. And so moving over to the computer's definitely taken a ton of the load off. And like obviously I messed up here. Now now I don't have enough room. I tried to make this box as small as possible. I forgot about this switch. And now I don't have enough room. And unfortunately, I've done quite a bit. So now I got to kind of figure this out. So theoretically, I can go here and I can make this, I just need to make this 10 millimeters bigger. So right now it's 9.5 inches and at 241. So if I made this 10 inches, oops. If I made this 10 inches, 254. And then theoretically, the nice thing about this modeling software is it's all parametric. So theoretically, if I change that, everything references everything else. And so if I hit finish, it might actually just adjust the whole design. It didn't. It didn't work. I mean, it worked. The box is the right size, but it's messed up. It's messed up some other stuff. So now I kind of got to go and figure out where it messed that up. I think the problem is with this base flange is where things went wrong. Oh, no, it's actually the sketch for the base flange I messed up. This sketch. That's right, because when I did this, I never referenced this. Okay, so we're going to do something a little bit crazy here.
I'm going to have to draw some lines because now I can't find center. But if I make these construction lines, and then I should be able to drag this, find center. There we go. And then I can drag this out, this wall out. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Finish. Okay, still didn't work, but that's okay. We're gonna just keep going here. So I think it's our base flange. Oh. Yeah, so I do that, correct. Sometimes, and you can drag the timeline over and figure out what went wrong. So we did the fillet worked. And then we added this flange, that works now. But then we rotated the whole thing. Didn't we? Okay, that's me rotating the box side. There. Now we've rotated this, and that rotation went wrong. Why? Oh, because I selected the wrong point. If I select it there and go 90 or 180, we should be good. Now if I pull this back, are we safe? Now we're back. And now we have more space to add more text. I almost feel like I should give myself just a tiny bit more space this way, though, which means kind of doing that whole thing over. I should have done this. I should have done this at the beginning. So we did 127, 5 inches. Let's go 5.5 inches. Okay, what went wrong? Probably this sketch again. Yes. Base flange, nice. Fillet, nice. Extra flange, nice. Rotate, rotate, rotate. Extrude. Oh, there's where we went wrong. The rotate went wrong again. I know what I'm saying is like kind of gibberishy. Oh, what have I done? There we go. There we go. Now we have plenty of room in here. Now I just want to fix a couple things that I changed. Was it this? Yeah, this one. So I can actually make this maybe like 2.5 mils just to make it a little beefier. Finish. Okay, this is looking quite good. And we've made plenty of space for this switch, which is great, and all the wires that are going to be coming out from here and throughout the box. And then I'm going to move this guy over like that. Realistically, I think if I sketched here and did a line and made it a construction line again, I went like that, finish, and then I moved this guy like this, and I dragged it. Are you not going to snap to that? You're not going to snap to that? Right. In for a penny gondola, in for a pound geothermal heat pump at some point. What do you mean in for a penny, in for a pound? Is that an idiom? I've never heard in for a penny, in for a pound before. Once again, learning some new stuff. Oh, okay. Let's just go like this, and let's just do a new sketch here. And then I'm going to go like this. I'm going to project this. I'm going to do a rectangle. I'm going to project this, obviously. Rectangle from here. To here. Coincident this corner to there. Beautiful. And then we're going to do a construction line from here to here. What does it mean? Okay, I'm going to do a 7mm hole just to be safe for the pot. 7. Oh, it's construction. And then what do we got? My switch, my big switch has a much larger hole. 12. And what about this one? 12. Ooh, that's nice. So we'll do a 12, like there-ish. And then we'll just mirror this right here. Boom. And then we can extrude, 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 extrude. Boom. Okay. Google informs me means if you've already started a task or commitment, you should finish it through to the end, even if it takes more time, effort, or more money than you first thought. Oh, so every single thing I've ever done? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's how I thought of it too. Now that you're saying that, now I feel like I've heard that. If I can do a geothermal in a whimsical way, I'm doing it. So I think this is it, right? Like this is basically done. I'll print this box today. I'm not going to cut the acrylic today. I'll print the box, wire everything up. Oh, actually, I have to do this as well. Create a sketch here. Gotta move this. Oh, wait. Gotta move this guy straight up. Okay. And then I'm going to create a sketch here. I'm going to project. Maybe I'll just project some. What do I do here? Because theoretically, if I project this whole thing. This actually isn't perfectly centered. So let's just get rid of this. But I know I can do X. Wait, what am I doing? I want to make it perfectly centered so I can project this line and this and draw from here. to there. X. X. From here to there. And then I can measure this. What do we got? 88 mils. 55 mils. Okay, that's easy enough. I'll just delete this. .55 by 88. What are we doing here? Why are we freaking out? Okay. Spreadsheets is not something I claim to be any good at. Pretty much anything with organization is a no-go for me. Not because I don't want to, but I just I just don't do it. Okay, I'm realizing now that my little controller board does not have any sort of waterproof seal on it. I'm thinking what I'll do is like silicone it in. It's probably the best bet. It's probably the best bet. But that's it. That's how it looks. I feel pretty good about this. So there's going to be a knob for speed. Oh, yeah. So we'll figure out the text. The knob, we have to show the speed dial. So we have to show like the little do things. I mean, this is the only part that's printed, this yellow box, and I probably won't use yellow because I don't really have any left. But I could use blue or something, but then the top is going to be black, and the text on the screen is going to be white, or just like, kind of, it's like a light gray. So obviously, we'll have some motivational text up top here. This is pretty good. This is going to be our direction switch, so we'll have forward, backwards, and off. And then we'll have a little indicator thing to show the speed. But this also shows the speed. And then this one's just a simple green button, and it'll just say go. And then there's the main power switch on the side here. And that's it. That is it. You know what? Maybe I'll have some like little drainage holes and stuff too, just in case water does get in there somehow. Because, yeah, these as well are not going to be sealed. Moisture will get in here. But whatever, it's fine. I need moisture in my life right now, so that's literally it's the most and least of my concerns right now. Clearly we don't get enough rain around here, so I'll mount this maybe just like slightly off. Okay, here's what we'll do. Here's what we will do. We'll lift this off the ground slightly. Oh, it's not going to let me do it. it's not going to let me do it. I just realized. Because this is the main body, which is pretty dumb. Oh, is it going to let me move it? Oh, it's going to let me move it. Okay. So we'll lift it up like maybe 3 mils. And then I was thinking I could move it this way like 1 mil. And then this way like 2 mils. And that'll let me fillet all of these edges. Oh, I just realized something crazy. Nice. Nice little 2 mil fill. Oh my gosh, you're right. You're right. That's totally going to happen too. Gosh darn wildlife, hey? So we're going to create a sketch on the bottom here. We're going to project that. Okay. And then I'm going to yeet this out of here. Boom. That's true. Yeah, actually, that's a really good idea. Honestly, just like a bag. Just like a. Oh wait, we don't have shopping bags in Canada anymore. We'll extrude this up 3 mils. And then I'm going to create a sketch like this. And I'm going to offset this. Yeah, I think I would have something that would be just like a barbecue cover, basically. A 100%. Yeah, that's a good idea. And then yeah, drainage holes. Thing is, I don't really know. Like, is this going to be level? Probably not at all. But I'll literally just throw maybe I'll just in every corner I'll just throw a little hole. I don't know. I'll figure this out later. I'm one thing that was wild to me was that y'all have different shopping carts. Wait, what do you mean? We do? Do we? Oh, really? I didn't know that. I feel like I've used shopping carts. Oh, actually, now that you're saying it, I think I've only been to like a couple in recent memory. The last time I went to a grocery store was in Austin, in the States, was in Austin, and they had really short shopping carts, but it was like a really weird Target. It was like a weird. It was like inside of like a. It was in the university area. That's so funny. I didn't realize that though. I didn't know that was everywhere cuz yeah, we have I guess we have long shopping carts. Um I think I'm going to wrap it up here, folks. I got to go put my canopy on my truck. I'm just going to drill the holes in this, I think, honestly. It's not even worth printing holes in this. And then I just need to figure out some sort of screen thing. Or not. It'll be fine. It's not wood. They're not going to, I mean, whatever. It's up in there. So, there we are. We've got our control panel. I think it's going to be real nice. Right? Yeah, they get all sliced because I'm going to be using this. I mean, let's see if I end up using it often. I don't know. Oh, I'm excited. I'm excited to cut this out. I think that'll look really nice. Will do. Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna keep our eye out. Make sure I'll keep you guys updated as well. Yeah. Got to go relax a little bit because I've been on edge for the last couple days. You're going to end up having to sell tickets to the townsfolk to watch. They can come by whenever they want. They can come by whenever they want. Alrighty. Appreciate you guys. Thanks for this. This was helpful, just even for my mood. Why is this line not straight? What is happening there? See this line? What's going on with that? I don't know what that's all about. Anyways. Yes, will do. And you know, I'll be on tomorrow, I think. There's no reason I won't be unless well, I'm not going to say that because if I end up just not coming on for whatever reason, I don't want you guys to worry. But plan is to be on tomorrow. We'll get some more stuff done. Hopefully the smoke clears and I feel like I want to work outside and I can finish up the frame of that thing, get all the gondolas mounted. Maybe we could even do a test with some mice, dolls, not real mice. Yeah, I'll let you know. And if we do evacuate, I'll probably do well, we'll see. I'll let you know at least on the Discord. And I'll make a post on the YouTube channel as well. I wish there's no way to like do that on Twitch or restream, so that kind of sucks because I was gonna do that yesterday and then I was looking and I was like, oh, there's no option. But I can Discord and then send. Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. For sure. I mean that would be a big moam in the video too, if as long as it doesn't destroy the whole gondola, and then that would be a real big moam in the video. Yeah, well, my wife could film. Alrighty. I appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much. I will see you tomorrow, most likely. Most likely. That is my plan. So have a good rest of your Sunday night. Right? It is Sunday today, right? Yes. Have a good rest of your Sunday night, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow.